I have the pleasure of being joined by Abilene Christian's head women's basketball coach, Julie Goodenough. Coach, thank you so much for joining me today.
Absolutely, my pleasure. I've been excited to do this for quite some time. So, yeah, thank you.
We didn't get a complete end to last season, and 2020 has just been a weird year in itself. So what are you and your team looking the most forward to about finally getting this 2021 season underway?
I think that we're ready to stop talking about last year and just really start looking forward to this season and this team that we have. We graduated 5 seniors who didn't get closure to their basketball career here, and that was a hard way to end the season. But we've I think talked about that too long, and so now it's time. It's November. The weather's starting to change here in Abilene. It seems like basketball season, so we're just ready to get started with this 2021 season.
I know you just mentioned you don't want to talk too much about the past, but I cannot go without talking a little bit about Brianna Wright and Dominique Golightly, the impact that they made on your program. As their head coach, what can you say about how they left their legacy behind?
It's interesting. With Bree, I was just talking to one of our new players, and I said, this will be the first year in the past 4 years that other teams on their scouting report will have some other point guard besides Bree Wright when they're looking to play ACU. She definitely left her mark here. She's been our starting point guard since the very first game she ever played here. She grew so much year after year after year, and was a tremendous leader for us by work ethic, by example. She was a great vocal leader. And then obviously last year she was our go-to. I mean, we had so many quick hitters to get the ball back in her hands so that she could score. So it's just really hard to imagine playing a season and not having her. I mean, we're going to have several people step up and play at a different level just to try to fill that void that she left.
Including Bree Wright, you lost 2 other starters, but still have 2 starters from last season returning in seniors Anna McLeod and Michaela Mabry. How have they stepped up and been leaders for your newer and younger players coming in?
They've been tremendous. And they were juniors that had their junior year cut short. And now going into the senior season, the whole fall has just been interrupted by different things. And they have done a great job of just focusing on what we can control, come to practice when we can have practice and play really hard every opportunity we have to be on the court together. They have been great vocal leaders, communicating with their team how important it is to take every practice seriously. You can hear their mentorship on the court every day. I've just decided my philosophy is just to put as much stuff in as possible right now in case we have a week or so without some players. So we're going pretty fast and furious for our 6 new players to figure everything out. And I think Michaela and Anna have really done a great job of being a coach on the floor and communicating and trying to teach the younger players. So they're doing a phenomenal job, and I look forward to really turning the reins of our team over to Anna and Michaela this season.
With a lot of new faces, are there a couple in particular, and I know you are so early on, and like you said, you've had disruptions with practices and just weightlifting, getting together. Are there a couple standouts, maybe people who are freshmen or people who have just been with the program for a couple of years?
We knew losing 5 veteran players that it would be good to have some transfers. And so we have 2 junior college players this year that you can just tell they're at a different maturity level than the freshman class. They've done a great job of, I think, kind of being a filter for the freshmen a little bit, telling them, hey, it's going to be okay. You're new. You're going to figure all this out. But Sarah Griswold, she came to us from Northern Oklahoma, Enid Junior College, and she only plays at 1 speed. I mean, she is full speed all the time. She's a long stretch 4, can score at a pretty fast clip around the basket, tremendous rebounder. Paige Borski is coming to us from Niagara Community College up in New York. So she's a little bit of a fish out of water out here in West Texas, but we're trying to teach her how to say y'all instead of you guys. But just a tremendous 3-point shooter. We really recruited her because of how quickly she can fill the basket up from the 3-point line. But they have both brought so many intangibles to our program, and they've really helped fill a leadership void. I think with our freshman class, someone new surprises us every week. But the one that's been pretty consistent has been Katie Harina from Liberal, Kansas. She's going to be like a combo guard for us, point guard, shooting guard. and just phenomenal athlete. And so she's really been picking things up quickly. So we'll look for her to make an immediate impact when the season starts.
Such a new team, new young players coming in. What's your biggest goal for your team this season? What would you like to see them accomplish?
So we have a really exciting opportunity at ACU. We're playing in a venue that we've never played in before. We'll be the only team to ever play in this venue. It's called the Teague Center. And because of renovations of our facility, we've been moved over to this building. And we talked yesterday. It was our very first practice there. And our goal is to be undefeated in that building. We do not want to lose a game in that building. We'll be the only team to ever play over there. And so we need to be the team that, takes advantage of playing at home, playing in that building, playing in front of a really intimate crowd that's going to be right on top of us. It's going to be a loud, rowdy home court environment. And we want to win every game over there. I think with the young team, it might be a little bit harder to keep your players focused as you travel and you fly here and you spend the night here. But at home, there's no excuse. We can control a lot at home. And we want to win every home game. And that's what we're talking about right now. And by doing that, you really position yourself to have a good seed in the conference tournament. And so that's kind of our battle cry right now.